Hello and welcome to my Winter Soldier Arm Worbla Cosplay tutorial. And today I'm going to demonstrate how to use Worbla, how to heat up the pieces of Worbla, place it, and to shape it. So this is my very first time using Worbla for a costume, and it's really not as hard as it looks. It's actually quite straightforward. So for people who've never used Worbla before, or who are interested in making the metal arm from the Winter Soldier based off the movie Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier, this is the reason why I made this tutorial. And first thing I did is I decided to purchase a slab of wood from Home Depot, and then I decided to tape it out with aluminum tape. And the reason why I did this is because when you use Worbla, you have to use a heat gun or a heat embossing tool, and I didn't want to end up, burning the table, and you don't want to like burn furniture or even burn a carpet or anything like that. So you want to have something to work on that can withstand a lot of heat, and it worked quite well. And the next thing is for Worbla, you have to, in order to shape it, you have to have a tool that can heat it up. So at first I thought about getting a heat gun from Home Depot, and you can do that. A lot of people choose that option, but since it's my first time using it, I was kind of intimidated. I mean, they kind of look like, hair dryers, and I wasn't so sure about using a tool like that. I mean, it looks kind of heavy, and it heats up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And unfortunately, when I went to Michael's, I actually asked the clerk if they had something like that, and they recommended the Recollections Heat Embossing Tool. It's a really practical tool to use in Worbla. It's really lightweight, it's very easy to use, it's quite safe. You just want to make sure that when you turn it on, that you want to keep the nozzle away from you. And in fact, even when you turn off the tool, you still want to keep the nozzle away from you, because it can get really hot. It can heat up to 360 degrees. And when you use it on Worbla, you want to make sure, actually let me just get a piece here. You want to make sure that that when you're heating up your Worbla piece, that you just kind of hold it up, maybe about 2 inches. You don't want to put too close or too far. And if you just point back and forth and just heat it up, then it will definitely work and you'll be fine. The other thing I wanted to point out with this embossing tool is you want to grip it in the center of the tool. You don't want to cover the vents. That's not good. And just keep your fingers away from the nozzle. And the nice thing about the this tool is there's actually a retractable stand. So when you're done using it, you can just place it like this on the surface and just let it cool off. And it's very practical because you don't have to worry about burning anything. And the other thing I wanted to point out is, yes, this one you can pick it up. It's pretty cheap. You can pick it up any Michael's or arts and crafts store. And the other thing I want to point out is that when you're done using it, you want to switch it off right away, because you don't want to heat up the machine. And lastly, even if the machine is off or the tool is off, you don't want to hold it up vertically like this, because the heat from the nozzle will actually travel through the machinery and might even damage it. So you don't want that. So most of the time when I heat up my pieces, I just kind of tilt it, try to keep it horizontal, but kind of like tilt it a little bit, and then you'll be fine. So the next thing I'm gonna tell you about is actually I'm going to demonstrate how to actually use it. So at this stage of making the Winter Soldier arm, I already finished cutting out all the pieces of Worbla, and I already made a template before that, so I already cut them out. And at this stage of the tutorial, this is the part where I take the pieces one by one, you know, heat it up with Worbla, and then actually, you know, place it on the arm and shape it. So I'm gonna use this piece as an example, and it's pretty simple. It goes like, you know, here you go, and then you just want to turn this tool on like that, and you just want to, you know, hover it over. And it's gonna take a while, but not too long. And just, you know, back and forth, and just aim it towards the Worbla. And once the Worbla piece starts heating up, you're going to notice a difference. You're going to see it appear a little glossy on the surface of the Worbla. And it changes shape a little bit. Now it's already there. Now it's already heated up. So, and don't let it get too hot, you know. So over here, and we have the arm. I'm actually gonna put it right there and fit it so it actually, there. Whoop. Okay. Well, anyways, let's. Most of the time, in many cases, it'll stick on there, but I just wanted to demonstrate it so it's easy to understand. When I decided to, you know, create a template for the Winter Soldier arm, and when I had to cut out all these pieces, I also came up with a very intricate numbering system. It really helps so you won't lose your place figuring out where each piece should go. And sometimes, I guess it depends, the piece of the Worbla will actually, you know, stick on to the surface of the mold that you're using. And in this case, because, you know, I covered this arm in aluminum foil, it does slip off. So I decided to use, you know, double-sided tape, and you just like tape to the back of the Worbla piece and then stick it on, and that keeps everything in place. And you just continue doing this one by one until you're completely done. So that is it for now on my tutorial on how to use Worbla, and that's pretty much it. And thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, you can always, you know, contact me. So, okay, have a great day. Bye.